Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to share with you a sales process that got our client a 42% closing rate through cold email, right? So you can replicate this same process for your business and start closing more deals. Now, the reason I decided to record this is I noticed a lot of people struggle with closing deals they generate through cold outbound. Now, booking a meeting does not always guarantee it's going to convert, right? And like, what can potentially be the issue here? Now, the easiest excuse is to blame it on your sales skills, which, yes, can like partially play a part, but it's not a sole deal breaker. The reason why you struggle to close cold traffic is not because of your ability to sell, but because of the absence of a structured sales process. Selling to warm and like cold traffic is like two separate worlds, right? You don't have to be Jordan Belfort to close deals, but all you need to have is a clear outline that you can follow on your sales calls. So most people try to sell their like premium service to a complete stranger and then they wonder why they don't close. So if you go that route, you either have to have a ridiculous amount of quantifiable case studies, make the prospect consume all those case studies before the call so they're like more confident and like have less friction, and have a guarantee or risk reversal on top of it to make it easier for the prospect to pull the trigger. Now, the thing is, if you don't have the first two, the guarantee might not be that efficient because they still don't trust you on that promise, right? A lot of people are giving outrageous claims in the beginning, but even like they fail to deliver even with the guarantee, so the prospect is losing time, so it's not worth it for them, right? And that was the case with our client. So they were selling like $5,000 a month SEO package to the leads we generated for them through cold email. And they literally didn't close any of them. So then we made a small tweak to their sales process and they closed 3 deals out of 7 calls this month. And here's what we did. Instead of pitching the big package right away, we decided to break the process down into 3 smaller stages, right? So the first one is getting your foot in the door. Second is building trust. And third is the culmination, where you kind of tie everything together, right? And I'll break it down to you one by one so you know what to do in each step. And you also have to keep in mind that this is going to work only on qualified leads because like people who are not a fit will not buy your services anyway, and you don't want to be working with those people regardless. So I want you to think about this stage as a Trojan horse, right? Your goal is to get your foot in the door so you can build trust and upsell them on your high ticket service later on. And here's where you introduce your low ticket offer. Depending on your service, it can be something like creating a strategy, doing a like one-time campaign setup, or whatever you think. But the main thing is it should put you in a position where you can offer your main service afterward. So your low ticket offer and your like main service have to complement each other. It's like a puzzle, you know? So you need to deliver a quick win for the prospect here. And ideally, you don't want it to be like too fast, like within like 1 day, 2 days. And you don't want it to be like too slow either. So you need to have time in between where you can communicate with the prospect, get to know them better, and build trust in the meantime. And obviously, like deliver the results in the end, like that's non negotiable. So a service that might take from 2 to 4 weeks is usually a sweet spot. For example, our client changed their front end offer from like full $5,000 a month SEO package to 30-day marketing strategy assessment just for $1,000. So, which is a much smaller commitment and make the prospect much more likely to give you a shot. So after you're in already and after you sold them on that, it's time to nurture the prospect. And I would say this is one of the most important parts here because this clearly determines whether you'll be upsell them on your service later on or not. You need to do an exceptionally good job here because like this is non-negotiable. Act as if you're working with your high ticket client right away. deliver consistent updates, communicate your thought process, and ask them more questions about their business and get the prospect to open up. Okay? Do not go ghost while doing the work and like then show up, hey, here's the final work. Because even if you deliver good results, they still might not be comfortable paying you several 4 to 5 figures every single month, only because you haven't established a strong connection with them. That's the reason. So the prospect might be like, okay, like thanks for the work. I believe that's all for now, and I will reach out to you in the future if I need anything else. I mean, you still got paid, but you just wasted your chance to turn them into a recurring high ticket client. You want your client to develop a sympathy toward you and be 101% confident in your ability to deliver. Basically, they should perceive you as an expert in your field and they should trust you. Two main things. Okay. And once you do that, once you nail this service fulfillment part, you can take things to the next level, which is the culmination, right? Here is where you introduce your high ticket offer and where you kind of tie everything together. Now, considering that you've strategically set up yourself for an upsell opportunity, build trust and rapport while delivering the service, and delivered a quick win for the client. Now, like this happens in the first part, this happens in the second part, and this also happens in the second part, right? So it will be much more easier for you to sell them on your service after you do all of those. Because, for example, our client audits their current workflow, analyzes their competition, and builds a new marketing strategy from scratch based on that. So in the end, she can say something like, okay, here's everything you need to do to achieve whatever their dream outcome is. So you can either hire, train, and manage someone that will implement all of this for you, or you can just continue working with us and we'll do everything on your behalf. So the prospect either has to go through many hoops to like make it work themselves, or just hire our client or you to continue working on a monthly basis. So I'm not saying this will work all the time, but as long as you've nailed down this service delivery part, build trust and connection with the client, they will go with a more convenient option, right? Which is hiring you to continue doing this for them. Now, our client so far upsold a one out of closed 3 deals, but she's still working with the other two, and they are most likely to be upsold as well. So, to quickly sum this up for you, a simple framework you should follow is get your foot in the door with a strategic, low ticket, and low commitment offer, deliver a quick win while building trust and sympathy with the client, and give the client a high friction and low friction options to proceed with, right? High friction is okay, you can hire people, like do whatever, like do this yourself, or a low friction, you can continue working with us and we'll do everything for you, right? So that's literally everything you need to do to make your sales process easier and close more clients and later on upsell them so you increase your like client lifetime value. And if you don't get qualified leads, like to test the strategy in the first place, we can generate you leads every month on a 100% performance basis. So you can focus on closing the deals instead of worrying about your pipeline. So you can like check out the link in the description to learn more. But whatever, if you enjoyed this video, click like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.